Then just to talk a bit about some of the tech trends, because I still see this as a majorly tech-oriented portfolio, partly because of my bias, my love, my interest, and my obsession with tech, probably, but it's what I love and understand. So the main trends I'm looking out for and gearing the portfolio for in terms of the tech trend is the impact of online penetration. So after COVID, we of course all moved online, but a lot of the markets anticipated that this online penetration would retract as it did in 2021 when a lot of lockdowns started to be lifted. You can see that there was a massive dip in e-commerce penetration in 2021. But what we're starting to see this year is that our lives continue to remain online despite us being allowed out again, probably because we've started to do a lot of things which we wouldn't be able to do otherwise. That gives us a really strong position in some of the stocks that are leaning towards more e-commerce. That's why you'll see Amazon and the like still in the portfolio. The second one is what I call social commerce. You know social trading, you know it's a combination of the best of both, and social commerce is the same. So we see a lot of online predictions about the reduced advertising revenue of Amazon and other e-commerce platforms. But what that does not take into account is the shift of the same kind of capture and attention and output of advertising, but what is now happening in the influencer space on social media. And this really gives certain firms that are very well positioned, like Pinterest, Meta and Google are both in the portfolio for that reason, and Alphabet, a good advantage to take advantage of this shift towards what we're calling social commerce. And that's when e-commerce is being driven by social media rather than by traditional advertising. So it's just a shift in those kind of advertising stream, and it may take a while for them to figure out how to capture these revenue streams. And then, of course, cloud and data, you know it, my favorite. Both Amazon's AWS and Microsoft Azure are very, very well placed for delivering stunning growth as we see more businesses who dedicate more of their business opportunities to going online, to going into the cloud. And so this is more a long-term play because we do anticipate a little bit of reduced spending on this, especially as technology companies are forced to become a bit more thrifty in this high interest rate time. But definitely, in my opinion, a very strong long-term play because I don't think we will be able to get away from this trend. And then finally, the last is Web 3.0. Of course, we're not really sure where it's going yet. I don't think anybody has figured out virtual reality, augmented reality, artificial intelligence. It's permeating through our everyday lives, and we're having touch points with it in a lot of multiple places. But I think the one thing we agree on is that these are the next big thing, and that's sort of where it links back to crypto, because I think that will fuel a lot of what happens on Web 3.0. We have exposure to these developments through semiconductor, through traditional tech, but also, as I mentioned, just purely through holding crypto.